This is Kevin with Spirited Twilight. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing some ring making. Now, live ring making has been pretty successful for me in terms of when I do shows. And I make them with real gemstones. They actually have a hole in them. I did purchase most of my beads online and from Michaels, so I have a few designs that I've already done for you, but I wanted to go ahead and get some new designs started so you can see how this is actually done. And it's very, very, very simple. I have hematite wire, I have gunmetal or titanium plated, I have gold wire, and I have silver. Now, I use a lot of silver. Most of the people that I sell to do enjoy the silver more than anything else, which is perfectly fine. But you could use these oblong type of beads like I did with this rainbow hematite. It actually worked out pretty well. And then, of course, what I'm going to be doing after I get done with them is I'm going to be using a rubber cement. You probably recognize it when I use it. You can get it at your local store as far as your hobby store or any type of Michaels or whatever, what have you. But that is something that I do love to do, is to make jewelry. So I'm actually going to start here with 2 pieces of dyed bamboo. This is the red dyed bamboo. You can see there are holes in them, so you can use them for jewelry making. So, since it's Halloween, I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to use this hematite wire, and I'm going to pull maybe a foot to a foot and a half. I know that sounds a little excessive, but you're only using one wire for the entire project. So I have my ring dowel here. What I'm going to do is take my beads and simply slip them on. And this is the only downfall about using beads. Unfortunately, sometimes they don't fit. Like this isn't fitting, so I can't do what I wanted to do with that particular stone. So let's go back to the brown tiger's eye. Okay, so just pick which side that you really like. And this is oblong, so you're going to be wrapping it a little bit different compared to the others. But you just want to find the center point here by folding your wire against the bead. And you're just going to wrap. Like so. And from this side, we're going to do the same thing. But you're going to end up having 2 directions for wire. So you have 2 ends, and this is okay because we're all going to meet in the middle. You're going to take your ring dowel, and you're going to pull one side around, like so. Just twisting it. Then you're going to take the other side and do the same thing. Now, to me, this isn't the best ring example. Because if you look at the ring when I pull it off, it's a little big. So, somebody could wear this probably on their middle finger. I don't think it's going to be too comfortable. So, let's grab this one. Let's go ahead and do... let's do another amethyst. So I have an amethyst bead here. And I'm gonna do this one with the titanium. And by the way, this is 18 gauge wire that I'm using all across the board. You can use thinner wire, but then you're not gonna have the shank as stable as what it should be. So you want to stick to 18. I wouldn't go 16 16 usually has a problem with getting the wire in through the beads. At least that's what I find. But see how thin this is on this side? So you're gonna want to be really, really careful. You're gonna find your midpoint. This time you're just gonna fold it in half, like so. So you have your bead on your wire. Go back to your ring dowel. And let's make a size 8. So I'm gonna start off with a 9. And there's a reason for that is because if you wrap any wires underneath your ring, you're gonna lose the sizes. So you want to keep that in mind. And what I'm doing is I'm just wrapping this around the stone. Very simply, very easily. I'm not doing too tight because of that small little stone imperfection that we have underneath. Okay, so now I have everything wrapped. And again, like I said, this is so easy, it's unreal. But they sell like crazy. People just absolutely love them. So after you're done with your wrapping, just cut your wire short. And take your pliers. You want to tuck this underneath and up under the stone. You do not want someone to cut their fingers when they're trying on your rings. So this is a very, very simple way to make rings. And then the other wire here, go around a little bit more, a bit longer, and we'll stop there. We're going to go ahead and end it. Again, wrapping it underneath, getting it as close to the stone as possible. And there we go. So this is a size 9. Might be a little smaller actually, that one underneath. No, it's still a size 9. Okay, so this stone does stick up a little bit, and some people like that, some people don't. So let's try another one. Let's go with a blue quartz. I guess you want to call it a rainbow quartz. But this one's going to be a little different. This is what I make what I call wand rings, because the wand will sit this way, and you could just wear it like a big stone, but it looks like the shape of a wand on your finger. So, starting off again with the way that we did the tiger's eye, I don't want to do that again. So I'm going to do this one in silver. I'm playing about 1.5 feet of wire. Again, this is 18 gauge. Look at it off, and this is non-tarnished. This is anti-tarnish wire, which means it's a copper core. I don't know if you can see it, but tiny itty bitty little copper in there, and then it has a color overlay and then an anti-tarnish finish on top. So this type of wire you can get at Michael's, you can get online at Amazon, you can get it practically anywhere, and it is very, very inexpensive. I sell my rings very, very inexpensively at my events, so you want to keep that in mind. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to wrap this around once, and I'm going to wrap it around this way. So now we have the same kind of style wrap as we did with the tiger's eye. I'm just going to push these together. Okay, make sure that it is securely wrapped around the stone. Even though it has a hole in it, you want to keep it as close to the stone as possible to avoid any hiccups when you're making these. Alright, so let's go with a 9 again. And we'll take one, wrap it around, and then bring it to the center. Wrap it tightly underneath. So, I'm gonna take the other wire, do the same thing again, bring it close together as much as possible. Okay, and we're gonna wrap the other way 2 times. Oh, so now you can see the ring shank, or the band, whatever you like to call it. It's pretty close together, even though we went 2 separate directions. Now, with this type of ring, I like to create a little bit more pizzazz on the top, which is more bands. So we're gonna go underneath, over on top of this one, just like we did with the other. And this is gonna end this particular wrap. Now, with this one, securing the wire is a little bit different. You want to tuck it underneath between the band and the stone. So I'm going to cut my wire short. And I'm going to just spiral it into underneath the stone, like so. And we're going to do the same thing to this one. This one's short. And then we're going to wrap this underneath the stone as well. And I'm doing a little enclosure on all of my wires. Which means I'm making a small loop on the end so they don't stick out. Okay. Now, when you're done, this did not work out the way I wanted it to. Hang on 1 second. Might be a little too long. Yep, we got it. Okay. Go, and let's make sure that's closed. Perfect. Okay. So that's how you wrap a wand, quote unquote, ring. And it does stand up quite high, but it does fit quite nicely. You can have the point pointing outwards. Probably fit on this finger. There we go. And then to keep everything from unraveling, you're going to want to use some rubber cement or glue. And let me see if I can find mine really quick. There we go. And the E6000. Again, you can get this everywhere. And this is specifically for jewelry and beading. Has a very, very fine point on it. It does come with a couple points. And this does get clogged, so you're going to want to use a needle to unclog it most of the time. If I can get some out, that would be great. Nope. Just a little piece of wire. So I'm going to unclog it really quick. Nope. Doesn't want to come out. Okay, so I'm going to have to do this off camera, unfortunately. But that's pretty much all there is to it when making jewelry. Now, there's a couple other patterns you can try that I found online. I watched Matt's Crazy Art, or I used to. Sorry, I need some coffee. And he does a little bit different of design. Some of us on the fly calls it crazy art because he does his own thing. So we're gonna take 1.5 foot of wire again. This one is the titanium. And let's make another pendant. Let's do the regular aura quartz. Just similar to the blue. But it's clear. I'm going to do... I wonder if I can do an abalone shell if it actually fits. Oh, it does. Cool. Okay, we're gonna do an abalone shell. We'll take our abalone shell. Yeah, measure everything equal. Put it on your ring dowel. And we're gonna we'll make a 9 again. Now, one benefit of using the abalone shell is it's flat. So if you can get flat beads, they work out better 9 out of 10 times. I'm gonna take the abalone shell, I'm gonna wrap this around. Holding on to the shell as I do so. There we go. Now with this type of bead, because it's so flat, you don't want to go over the top of the actual shell itself, unless if you intend to. If you intend to, that's fine. But I'm just gonna go ahead and make this very simple. I probably didn't need as much wire for this one. Just gonna cut this short. Both of these. Make sure you're not cutting anything else. And we're gonna wrap these underneath. And these you have to be very, very careful with, because the shell is so shallow in size. You really want to make sure that you get your cuttings very secure so nobody gets hurt. Okay. Okay, so that's an abalone shell. It's a seashell, but it has a kind of a nice iridescent type of tinge to it. And then let's do... what else do I have that's good? I have a smaller type bead. I do. Okay, now let's do a multiple bead. Let's do that. Nope, that's not hematite. Well, that's actually not a bad bead idea. That is standard agate. Let's put that big hematite back. Let's grab another small one. Okay. So let's try this one. This one I'll do in silver. Oh, I think I need my new roll. Yep, I do. That's not enough. Nope. Again, 1.5 of wire. And since this is a multiple bead pendant, I'm going to put them on an order that I'd like to have my clients and customers view it. Go. And we're gonna move all 3 of these to the center. Go. Okay. This one, I'm gonna do a little bit differently. I'm gonna take this and I'm going to make more of an indentation on the wire so the beads stay where it's supposed to. Push them together. This little hematite bead is not cooperating. Let's go ahead and make a 10. And you can make these however you want to. You can go underneath the wire, you can go up through, making different patterns if you wanted to. Push that up. So let's say you want to do a different pattern. So let's do this here, but then we're going to take it I'm gonna take this off the dowel for a moment. I'm gonna take these wires up. Through here. We're gonna do these one at a time. That one, somewhat through this one. So I know a lot of people that make these for themselves as well, just because they're so easy and they can match their outfit or do them for Halloween or whatever their plans are. Okay, so now I have these wires through, so it's time to pull. I'm gonna pull these very gently. And very gently. We're gonna pull our wires together. I'm gonna take it back down. That area. Now again, I'm going under the ring, so this is gonna adjust my size. So you want to keep adjusting as you go, especially once you go underneath the ring itself, like I just did. Okay. Now we're on top. And I think I'm gonna end this because I don't want to make it look too complicated. It kind of looks like an avocado right now. Take this. Let's spiral it underneath. You hear it? Same thing with this one. This one needs to be cut short though. And secure that one in place. Okay, so let's put this back on. Dowel. Okay, it's still a 10. And once you have it on here, now you can adjust. So if you want to adjust anything, just to make it look more cohesive, or I don't want to say prettier, but you want to make it look a little better. This wire went over one of our hematite beads, so trying to get that back out. No, we're gonna leave that. I'm gonna push that down. And I'm gonna leave it like that. It looks actually like 3 different stones on. Okay. Now, the last one I want to show you. This one is a bit different. This one is kind of like a crisscross. And this is a brown tiger's eye, but it's a small square bead. And I'm trying to find the hole. This is the problem when you buy, oh there it is. It's the problem when you buy things online, unfortunately. You don't always get what you expect. Some of the beads that you may get may not have holes in them, and the rest will. How they do that, I have no idea. So especially when you buy from a smaller supplier, okay. Oop, not quite. Okay, let's lay this down like that. I like that side of the stone. There we go. Okay, so this one, same startup. Okay, wrap around. Well, that silver looks really nice with that stone. I like that. And it's not, it doesn't stand up too much, so that's a good thing. Okay, so this time, I'm gonna take just one of my wires and wrap it up. Then I'm going to bring it back down. The other wire, I'm just gonna go around normally and bring them together. And then this stone is fixed underneath, as you can see. So you want to be really careful with the placement of this wire too. This short. And this is going to be my last ring that I'm going to show you because it's been almost 30 minutes. Now, what you want to do next with the glue that I was talking about. Shut this ring really quick. Okay. Sure sized. Okay, good. Okay. So what you're gonna do is, since you have these pieces underneath where the endings are for the wires, okay? The rubber cement is gonna hold that in place. It's also gonna hold your stone in place. So in case something happens, the ring is still wearable, okay? Like somebody yanks on it or what have you, the rubber cement is gonna prevent everything from unraveling. And again, I need to clean this. Unfortunately, it's not doing too well for me today. So have to do that. But anyway, those are the rings. And I have some that I already did a couple years ago. I'm not going to bring them out, but they are on a tray. But here we have lots of different rings, all different sizes. Waiting for somebody to buy them and take them home. And again, there are a ton of different ways you could do rings, a ton of different designs that you could do rings. But that's what I have here. And that's it for today. I thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.